Sunday morning, smashed up Helsby Hill. Gone the boys, big bear sending love, good man. Hey,
Absolutely.
cycling to Helsby Hill.
That was horrible.
Check him.
It's just going up them hills at the end, wasn't it? Trying to bike. Low gear. I was done in.
You're sort of like,
yeah, I was done like.
You know what? We've like just been up Helsby Hill, but it's windy, man. So we couldn't get any signal. Couldn't get any signal.
Anything, would you?
No. We were doing muffled and stuff. So we literally just said we're gonna wake up Sunday, get out and just do what no one else does, man. Just let's go for a cycle. I know people are getting out cycling more, walking more. No one does it on Sundays because they're always done in. And well, I'm definitely like, we went to do a video last week and I was done in, and it's like I can't keep doing that. Well,
it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and not just like the Sunday ruins that, but it ruins like the rest of your week. So, but we're gonna come and do another video about that anyway. We're gonna do another video about that. So what we really talk about today is like, like I say, it's called breaking the chain, and we've gone for.
Close that. I just nearly got wiped out. That did.
So like the biggest problem now is reporters. What?
So that what we basically, the whole point of what we're doing here is we are, you know, we were speaking about this on the way. We're hypocrites in the same sense of what we were talking about today. You know, we are. People could probably say that we are, because in the same sense we're saying to you guys here now, do this, get up on a Sunday, fresh, active, don't smash the night out. We go out a lot. I was out last night on a few beers, you know what I mean? And then I've come today and done this. It's about being able to do both, you know, don't go out and smash it, but then this, like today, come out and be fresh like I had, fresh, active, gets things done, rather than lying in bed in that state and being depressed and in them isolated situations like you spoke about yourself last week, didn't you?
Yeah, man. So like, I went out last Saturday and it was stupid, and then ended up drinking Sunday as well. And not that I was being hypocritical. I've since 17, that's all I've really done. It's sad, really. And only over the last like 3 years have I stopped doing that as much. Definitely over the last 2.5 years. And you know, Helsby Port, as great as it is, the only problem it is with it, well, one of the only problems is with it, everyone just wants to get wrecked on the weekend.
Yeah.
It's quite embarrassing how like we can't even just go out and have a social drink.
But I think that's because there's nothing else to do though, is there? I think that in a sense, we have to talk about it, don't we? But now we're talking about the stigma. There is things to do, but you get into that mindset, don't you? Or that sort of way of thinking with your friendship groups, and you think, what's to do on a Friday? Let's just go and get wrecked. What's to do on a Saturday? Let's go to the pub and get wrecked. And we don't think of these outside things that we're doing outside the box, going on these bike rides, going on the kayak,
it's easy,
things like that. Yeah.
That kayak was ace. So we went on the kayak on Thursday.
Yeah.
On Thursday in Chester D, man, and it was ace. Just a few other people, they were doing the same thing. Families were doing it, man. It was sunny as well, so it was cracking. It was lovely, and
nice to get out,
easy.
It?
Yeah, it was easy, just chatting and having a little laugh and that, like a couple of hours, boom. My day was a lot better, like, do you know what I mean? And that's what it's all about, really.
Something about out the norm, innit, you know what I mean? We're trying to do things now that, you know, show people that there's nothing going to get run over again here.
Don't go around it. But, you know, what's the effects of drinking? Sunday, felt terrible when I woke up. Monday, I felt terrible. Tuesday, look, I got straight back inside. So we're going to do another video about that. But, and just, you know, as everyone knows, we're all saying about having anxiety, having depression. Sad that people have caused that, I think. Right, and everyone says they suffer with anxiety, suffer with depression, and yet you're doing what every weekend, the very thing that causes depression and anxiety to be heightened.
Yeah.
And
it's a natural depressant, and alcohol is a natural depressant. There's no way around that. People go on about the drug state and things like that, but the worst thing out there for everybody is the thing that's most readily available is alcohol.
Yeah.
And we don't understand the implications sometimes of what it does. Like, think of the next day, like we said, doing the hangover. Like, that is just not worth it, but we still do it every weekend. You know what I mean?
And you know, it might seem hypocritical. People might laugh and go, "Come on, Tom, I've seen you in some states and stuff like that." But you know, like I say, over the last 3 years, man, that's something I've massively changed. You know, just being like even like in a relationship, that's helped because obviously I thought, there's loads more things to do. Like we've just been up Helsby Hill and there was loads of people up there, man. It's easy to see families, people walking the dogs, just couples. Yeah. But there's so much more. We're going to have a little cycle now to Chester, probably have a pint and then cycle home.
Yeah. But it was nice to see people still doing it. We talked about the lockdown, didn't we? A lot more families getting active and couples getting active and going on walks and doing these nice things that we should have all been doing years ago. But it took a lockdown for everyone to kick it to their ass and go, you know what, because the only thing I can do today is get some steps in, I'm going to do that. And people are still doing it, which is nice, which we didn't think, well, I didn't think people would still do it. I thought as soon as it ends, everyone's going to sod it off and then that's it, you know what I mean? But still happening, and today was nice up there. Was it loads of families, dogs, you know what I mean? It was lovely, like. Well,
we just seen Joe Leask and Conor McLeod, so I'm going to have to get that shout out there.
Oh yeah.
Northern Movement's official, Conor McLeod. Remember, you know what I'm about, man. I will promote anyone local business-wise, okay? Well, I'll promote anyone local-wise, but Conor McLeod, legend of a lad. Boss t-shirts, fit comfortably, feel fantastic. I'm not just like trying to sell it like they actually are nice, you know what I mean? Northern Northern Movement's official, so give that a little follow, especially on Instagram, right? But, you know, like we're saying about breaking the chain, there's so many people, like, I'm guessing you speak to loads of people, and I've spoken to so many people who go, oh, I would like to do that, I'd like to do that. Well, say to your mates you want to do it. Like, don't just go and get wrecked because they want to. Because they're probably in the same boat where they'll go, you know what, I'd be happy to do that. Yeah. How many people have you seen, especially with isolation, now go do some mountain walking, cycling, stuff like that? And it only took one of their mates in the whole group, whether we've got a little group or whether we've got a big group of 20, to say, Gwed, I want to do this. Sound?
Yeah.
And if your mates don't want to do it, there's plenty of people out there that will.
Yeah.
Trust me.
We spoke about it with friendship groups, didn't we, especially? Friendship groups is massive, because I was going to Tommy that, you know, I'm going to change my whole friendship group, and because I don't want to do this sort of like going out getting wrecked sort of thing. But then, like Tommy said, the perfect way to say it was, you can still have them friends and them groups. It's about having the other groups, isn't it? And the other side of things, you can go, you know what, today I don't want to go out and get wrecked. I want to go out on a kayak. So it's having that friendship group you can do that with as well. So it's not about eradicating one friendship group, it's having multiple for different times and different ways that you want to do things and different times you want to go out. And say, if you don't want to go out and get wrecked, you've got them friends to go out and do that with. But you've also got the friends that you want to go out and, you know, get active with, or go for a meal with, or something like that. You know what I mean? It's not about fucking off all your friends. It's not about that.
No, not at all, not at all. And you know what? In one sense, it's quite lucky that we know each other in the town, because we have got that opportunity to do things with other people. Remember that. And like I said, there's going to be lots of like-minded people in town with you. Not everyone wants to just get drunk on the weekends.
No.
Not everyone wants to stay in on the weekends. Do you know what I mean? But there will be loads of like-minded people, and it's just getting out of that comfort zone a little bit, or just putting yourself out of there.
Yeah. A lot of people that I've spoken with as well lately have said the same thing. So a lot of people are saying the same thing. I don't want to get wrecked anymore. But that's what we're talking about now. It's like accountability and action, isn't it? It's about saying, yeah, okay, so I don't want to get wrecked. Well, stop it then. You're the only one who can stop it. Go and do it. We said that before, didn't we?
Yeah.
So people say, oh, they'll come out of us on a bike and things like that. When you're ready to do it, then they don't come. You can't. It's no good just saying you're going to do something. You've got to actually action it and do it. You know what I mean? That accountability factor, isn't it?
Yeah, and then they'll probably say later, I wish I'd came, but I was a little bit done in from last night. Or they might say, you know, I did want to come, but I don't know. What's I don't know. Do you know what I mean? It's terrible. You know what? When we went to the shops before we come here against this, seen an old guy. Actually, that's a lie. He might have been in his 50s, 60s, sorry. And I just said, right, to him, good morning, blah, blah, blah. Next thing we got chatting, and I was like, well, what are you up to? And he goes, well, my missus is going out shopping today. And I was like, oh, you going to see the family? And he's like, well, they're all busy. And I was like, oh, man, but what hobbies you got then? I was like, well, jump on your cycle, come with us. Yeah. And I swear down, right, I would have took the guy with us. Yeah. I would like, come with us, come cycle with us. I went, we're having a leisurely chat, mate, a leisurely cycling chat. We're not going fast. And he goes, oh, I couldn't. And I was gutted because I knew, right, that he was going to be sat home bored on his own.
Yeah, doing
and he's 16, and I was like, that's what I do, like.
Yeah.
And I could tell by his tone, like, you could tell he was like.
He was just saying that it was the first one. He was like, oh, you're too young for me, things like that.
And I was like, you know, get yourself into some groups out there, man. And I was like, you know what? If it was my dad, I'd be promoting him to go into some sort of social groups and stuff like that more. And you're right.
Yeah, you're okay.
Probably wondering what's going on, aren't you?
Oh, well.
Do you want to say, come say hello? We're on the live. I don't know if we've got many watching. Only a little live Facebook chat. Where are you off?
Where are you going today?
I'm off to Fox Hill.
Fox Hill? Oh, where's that?
Over there.
Oh, lovely.
Okay.
About a mile away.
Is that in between Hellsby and Frodsham?
It's
Is it nice?
lovely. It's a little wood up there.
Oh, nice.
Not built, grown about 20 years ago.
Oh, nice.
So it's lovely.
I'll have to try that one. I haven't tried that.
Peaceful. Yeah, you can
Ace.
come over. So,
Sorry.
you know, Frodsham Hill.
By the way, if anyone has any questions, get them in. You know what I'm like. I like to talk to people, so the more people we talk to, the better. And this will make someone's day. This just chatting to someone. Like I said, talking to that guy before at the shops. I can imagine like just that little 5 minutes would have picked his day up so much.
Where are you from?
And it's so easy for us to do, and then it takes nothing, absolutely takes nothing just to say to someone, good morning, how are you, you okay? You end up in a nice little conversation with them. So it's nice to be nice, and it's not hard, you know what I mean? It takes no energy whatsoever. Whatsoever.
Okay, so
But
what's
you know,
your phase?
the next part we were going on to is about self-love and self-care. And like, you know, going out drinking's fantastic, you know what I mean? I'm not going to lie, I love a drink, everyone knows that. But it's not self-love when you're going out drinking all the time. You know, not saying that you have to do loads of fitness either, loads of physical fitness. I'm not saying that.
It's definitely not about the fitness. Even it's not when we talk about the steps of it, don't we? It's not about fitness. It's about just getting out that mindset and getting out them negative spaces, like them four walls in the house, aren't they? So daunting at times, aren't they? And you sat there on your own and you're just overthinking and overanalyzing things. You need to get out, even a walk. I mean, get some steps in a day. It doesn't take much to do that, does it?
No. Self-love's massive, and I think it should be more promoted actually. And it's not about being what's the word I'm looking for?
Can't help you this one, mate.
Oh, yeah, it's just gone. So, you know, if you just care about yourself,
Oh, yeah.
it's not about being selfish. It's not about being selfish. Self-love's different to that. You know, it's about respecting yourself, respecting your views, respecting your opinions, respecting what you want to do, what you enjoy, what you love, as opposed to trying to make everyone else happy and doing what they want to do, making them happy by saying things that they want to hear, okay?
Yeah.
I always say to Liam, and I've said that how many times now, how can I give my best to anyone if I don't feel the best myself?
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Okay?
Spot on.
Doesn't matter, right? If I'm going through a negative patch, and we all go through negative patches all the time, and I know it's easily said than done, and you've just got to always think about the positive. I said this to you at the start of the cycle today, and just take the negative out of every positive, man.
Yeah.
I can't remember what I actually said to you.
It's about though, isn't it? I understand what you're saying, it is, but sometimes we really are biggest ever critics, aren't we? Because sometimes we preach this and we say, oh, we need to do this. And me and you have been in some states, haven't we? And we've gone, you're not even listening to our own advice here. We're telling you what to do, and me and you are probably in a worse space at one point, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Now we're in a good space and we are where we are, but moving forward, you've got to look after yourself, and your number one comes first, and that's not about being selfish or saying nobody else cares. Other people do care and matter, but you've got to put yourself first to help you enable to help others, haven't you? If you're not in the right space, how can you sit there and preach to somebody else? You can't do it, can you?
No, you can't. And it's, you know, you've got to think, yeah, it could be hypocritical that sometimes you give out advice, you don't follow it yourself.
Yeah, exactly.
And when you realise that you are being hypocritical, that's
Come
at
on
that
in.
You're right. You've got to think, all right, I need to change that. Okay, and you do need to change it, because if you're giving out advice that you don't even do yourself,
Yeah.
so I mean, where's the balance? You know, think about it. So I yesterday, very coincidentally, so I had a bit of a crap start to the week, obviously, and I had very luckily I'd already had this booked in about 6-7 weeks ago. I had Cambo booked in with Lewis Powell, and for those who don't know what Cambo is, it's just it's a frog poison, which might sound a bit weird, but it like cleanses the body and detoxifies you. Was the weirdest thing in the world, but you know, I think it's came at the right time when I'm going, right, I'm ready for changes now. Like, I've been saying this anyway for ages, and I'm ready to change, I'm ready to improve myself, I'm ready to improve everything around me. Business plans, you know, I've got plans now with the gym, I've got plans with yourselves, trying to help improve health in every way. That's why I'm linking up with Liam. You know, I'm trying to link up with as many people as possible, whether it's from fitness, whether it's in health, you know, and anything. Bring your community together. You know, the Northern movement here. Local lad who's bringing out a t-shirt make, hiking make, yeah? Promote it, okay? There's plenty of people to help. You know, and like we just said, it's nice to be nice. That's the energy, that's the vibes that I want to be given. Okay, and that's not to make me feel better. I want to make everyone like that, because I tell you what, the town will be such a better place when we're like that. Do you mean we're all bouncing off each other? I woke up this morning, I was bouncing, man, I was buzzing, absolutely buzzing. You can feel it, can't you?
Yeah.
Maybe it's just a coincidence that was from the Cambo yesterday. Maybe it's just because I woke up and I've been putting myself in all these positive thoughts and minds, and I've been going, right, this is what I'm planning for, this is what I'm planning for. No, I'm not just planning for it, I'm pushing for them.
Yeah, you've got to, haven't you?
Yeah, you can't just make plans, you've got to actually take steps to go in that direction. And there's things that I've wanted to change, and then I'm like, yeah, boom, I'm doing it. Just a simple thing like not going out last night. I could have easily gone out, I had loads of mates doing like the pruning, things like that, and I was like, nah, you know what, week off, I'll feel fresh, man.
Yeah.
Next week I'm going to have a few drinks, but I'm going to go out on the Sunday, I'm going to do something like this.
Yeah.
So hopefully I'll be doing a live again with you all next week.
Yeah, that's what it's about though, isn't it? I said that to you, because you decided to stay in last night. I went out, you know, I had a few beers last night, but it's about being able to do both, isn't it, and having a balance. I think that's the key point for you, isn't it, I suppose?
Yeah,
Not going out and overdoing it, and in moderation, as we always say, isn't it?
Yeah.
What's the next point you got there?
So like, it's quite funny really. I've known Liam since we were about 8.
Yeah.
So Liam lived right round the corner from me, and always knew of each other, said the right and that. And it's quite funny how like we've actually bumped into each other in the last, over isolation.
Yeah, basically, yeah.
And we're both under the umbrella of health. Okay. He's more expertise obviously with the mental side, and I'm probably a little bit better with the physical side. And it's funny how like we've actually, like I say, I call it fate. It's got to be quite gay, that, isn't it? But
no, it is. Yeah, I'm a firm believer in it. Right place, right time, innit?
exactly. Everything happens for a reason, and as long as if you're happy to make these little changes to keep improving, work with people. I'm trying to promote Liam as much as possible. Do you mean? Trying to promote anything I can, anything positive. Happy days.
Yeah.
And like I say, it's just mad how we've like found each other's paths to actually help each other when it comes to health.
Yeah.
Like I say, it's an umbrella of the health side, because obviously you've got mental, physical, and emotional. Would you say there's just those three?
Yes, in a sense, yeah. It's the biggest bracket of it, isn't it?
And all three work off each other. So obviously I started off more with the physical side, with just like, doing more boxing PTs, then I went also on to one-to-one and everything else. And then obviously as I'm doing my job, I'm noticing the problems with mental health. You know, and sometimes at times I'm feeling a bit sad because I realise how someone's suffering, like needlessly, because they care about what everyone else thinks.
Yeah.
And I'm always trying to change their mindset to be like, who cares about them? Let's focus on you. You know, let's focus on now the long term. Let's look at what we can do in a year.
Goals.
Exactly,
Yeah.
goals. At the end of the day, we all want everyone else's what's the word I'm looking for right now? Approval, but we don't need to get anyone's approval. Look at the people, right, in the town who stand out the most. Do they look for approval off anyone?
No, they set the standard, don't they?
Exactly. Right now, I am not looking for approval. I'm looking to. Actually, that sounds terrible. Like bigger. I'm not trying to be. I'm not trying to be big-headed there. I'm not trying to be big, right? But I'm not looking for approval. I'm looking to improve me.
Yeah.
I care about my health. Do you know what I mean? And then alongside that, I'm caring about trying to improve everyone else's. Does that sound better then?
Yeah, it sounds better than when you're first going off. What's he doing here? But no, it is, and it's about only, you know, on this journey that we're doing, and the page that me and Tommy have got, and you know everything else that's going with it. We're also doing this for ourselves, so not in a selfish way, but you know we're healing ourselves, or we're learning along the way with you guys. It's not just us sitting here going, we know everything, we know better than you, do our way or no way. It's not about doing that. It's about us taking you alongside. We're going to learn alongside it with you guys, and do this with all you. And we want everyone to be healthier, you know, be in a better mental state, especially around the Ellesmere Port. A lot of people are in a bad mental state, and a lot of people don't realise, you know, then they suppress it with other issues, don't they? And going out, and that side of it's a different video, isn't it? But
It's funny because we said at my house before, because obviously Liam went out last night, and a couple of people like popped up to him and said they weren't feeling too good and blah blah blah. And it's quite funny really, because I always go, don't tell me when you're drunk.
yeah,
But then sometimes I just thought to myself then, no, sometimes you need to be drunk to tell them.
yeah,
And I thought, you know what? You know, we're trying to have a good night out ourselves at times, and people just want to talk about work, and you're like, oh,
Yeah.
it's my time off.
you get cornered, don't you?
Yeah, I think.
But I don't know, I suppose on that point now, like you just said last night, you know, every time you do go out, I do get a few people who come up and go, oh, can I speak to you about this, blah, blah, and I don't mind, I definitely don't mind, but they don't, like you just reiterated then, the one thing I do say is, listen, I'll speak to you now, but also, you know, speak to me tomorrow about it. Don't
Yeah.
just say, it's all well and good to speak to me about now going in a bad state. Tomorrow speak about it when you're fresh, or fresh ahead, you know, you've got clear vision of where you want to go, and things like that. When you're drunk, the next day you're not going to remember it, are you? And you're not going to remember what we talked about, really.
No, so I think like a good point to think is, I know the alcohol might give you that confidence, that boost to talk to us when you're drunk, right? You've seen how approachable we are, whether you've been drunk or whether you're watching us now. Heart rate monitor. We're very approachable when you're sober and we're sober. So
Yeah.
remember that, okay? You don't need the alcohol or whatever else you're taking
Yeah,
to talk to us
yeah,
and to offload to us. You can talk to us anytime, and vice versa. You know what I mean? More about. And vice versa, I'll happily talk to people about how I feel about things. And I tell you what, the more I've started speaking about stuff, the better I feel. Do you know what I mean? It comes off a lot easier now, and doesn't feel like it's such a burden.
yeah,
Do you know what I mean? I can speak on to yourself. I think I'm
Yeah.
getting better with my mum and dad, and I don't feel as embarrassed no more.
yeah.
And it gets easier.
I think with people as well, when obviously you speak to them when they're on a night out and they're drunk or, you know, whatever, I always say to them, like, that's the first step, isn't it? Because I get the same thing every time. Oh, I didn't want to message you because I felt embarrassed, or I didn't want to message you because I felt daft. And I go, well, you spoke to me now, so tomorrow it should be easy for you to speak. You broke that first barrier, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's already gone, so
That's the
embarrassing
hardest part.
factor, yeah, you've actually spoken to me now, so now I know there's an issue there, so tomorrow it should be easy for you to message me. And I think that's where the way people have, because they spoke to me when they're missed, and then the next day they spoke to me and they go, oh, I spoke to you last night, do you remember? It's easier then, isn't it?
Yeah.
Rather than just, I get it must be early sometimes, you know. Years ago, I would never just send someone a message going and feeling down, and then I'm the one saying to you guys to message me. But hopefully, like Tommy just said, this shows how relatable we are and approachable, and you know, we're just normal lads from Ellesmere Port, aren't we? Really, just trying to make a bit of a difference.
Yeah, exactly. I'm not saying that I'm like the most like healthiest people mentally at times. Not a chance, but I'm open to talk about things now. Never used to be. A lot more open. And like I keep saying, I keep keeping that positive wall around me now. Okay, I don't fall back on the negative stuff. Like I eradicate hate as much as possible. That might sound a bit weird, but like, say like Lynn did something stupid now, might hate him for a split second, then I'll get over it.
Yeah, yeah.
Forgive him, bang, it's gone.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no time for
Don't
that hate.
dwell on it.
No,
No
exactly.
point, yeah.
It just creates more hate,
Yeah.
causes more problems for the future. You don't need it.
I think in a sense though, I think that's part of maturity. I think I've found it on
Probably.
myself lately a lot. And like now issues don't get to me as much as when they were younger, and I put that down to doing the jobs we do. But I think if you just look at it overall, it's a bit of maturity in it, and a bit
Yeah.
about understanding people and understanding it, nobody's perfect. People are going to have their own issues, and it's about understanding that and helping people through, rather than putting them down, rather than saying, oh, you know, he's a dick, blah, blah. Well, why is he a dickhead? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
What's going on? Try and speak to him. If someone's being an idiot, they're being an idiot for a certain reason, and there's always an underlying issue. People are so quick to judge, and it does my head in. You can't just judge someone, you don't know what's going on behind that mask. It's a mask, I say that all the time.
Yeah.
Every time you go out in this society, in public, you're wearing a mask. It's this facade, this persona you're putting off, isn't it? And when you get home, you take that off, and that's the real you then.
Yeah.
That's what we need to get to, them real people being open. I said this for the last 10 weeks. I've definitely changed recently just because I'm sick of pretending to be someone I'm not. I was so bored of it, living up to this expectation of friends or friendship groups I was in and being an idiot. That's not me, I'm not that lad. So for me lately, it's about having that accountability and changing and just being, you know what, this is who I am. I like helping people, and this is why I do it now, because I love that. That's my job, and I buzz off that. I get a better buzz off that than any night out I go on.
Like you just said there, breaking the chain, right? Breaking the chain and change. Self-love, like you just said there. When you go home and you're that real, you're back to being you rather than having like maybe like that mask on of being someone else, right? That person who's at home needs to be you 24/7. Yeah. That's self-love. That's being confident in who you are, and it's easier said than done. I know it is, and there's probably better steps to take rather than me just saying it. And probably Liam might be the better person to talk to about that. But it's that need and thought to go, okay, let's start making some subtle changes. Okay?
Yeah, exactly what you just said, the subtle changes. They sound daft, doesn't it? But we say these 5 steps, and everyone must be sick of me harping on with them, you know what I mean? Like, oh, make your bed in the morning. What they're the little changes we're on about. Like, them changes, the little changes for the overall goal, aren't they? If you look at a goal, long sets, you say you're going to continue to have a 6 months down the line, there's small little barriers you need to break down and get past. And to get there, in order to do that, you do need to do these little steps. And you don't get somewhere by just going, right, I'm here and I'm going to get there right away. There's steps along the way to getting there. And it's
Just
about breaking them things down. Exactly, yeah.
Stay consistent with them and you'll be sound. More than pal, right?
Alright, bud.
Yeah. Hello, mate.
Oh.
But yeah,
Hey, get down, get
that's
down.
right.
If he's got 2 legs, they're going to make a fuss with him. If he's got 4 legs, it's playtime. That's how he's playing.
But yeah, man, so like I said there, subtle changes, yeah. Think about yourself. Put yourself first. I know people have families and things like that, right? But imagine if you're a mum, right, and you're not putting yourself first, or a dad, by the way, then if you're not putting yourself first at times, then how can you be giving your children or your family the best of you? Okay, that's how I look at it. I know that's gone a bit deep, but what I'm trying to say is break the chains. Don't always have to go out drinking. Reach out for people.
Yeah.
There's so many friendship groups that you can have. Loads. You're not restricted.
Yeah.
Not restricted at all. Do you know what I mean?
And I think for us, I think that's why we're doing this, because we're definitely, I think we were going to do it a different way, but I think it's taken this sort of route, and I'll explain what I mean now. Is when we first saying we're going to go on this bike ride and do all this, for us now it's going to be part of this journey. You seeing us going, right, so we go out, we used to go out a lot and get smashed, and we're going to show you, you know what, we're going to prove to you that we're going to stop this. We're going to stop going out. Yeah, we've got once a month for that, but we're going to stop it. We're going to start doing this more, and we're going to show you along the way that it can be done. So we're not going to sit here harping on and still go out ourselves. We're stopping it, don't we? That's what we said.
Yeah.
That is changing for us as individuals. That's our journey. If you want to come alongside and do it with us, more than merrier. But you know, we're happy to show you that it can be done, and that's what we're going to be doing over the next few months. We're going to show that we are changed as individuals. We're going to be accountable for our own actions. We're practicing what we preach in hindsight, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Right, guys. Unless you want to say anything else.
No, I'm pretty much at the start for me, yeah.
Right, we're going to call that a day, yeah, because we can just rabbit on and on and on and on. We don't want to be like that,
Yeah.
right? So we're going to try and do another video at some point soon, not sure when,
Yeah.
about
Hangovers, isn't it?
hangovers and the come down and drinking and things like that. Okay, and that's going to be like the next video. You have some probably great laughs from some stories that I can give you, but you know,
Yeah.
at least it's relatable.
That's it, yeah. That's what this is what it's all about now. I think it's just relatability factors now.
Right, guys.
Questions?
No, that's not mine. We are over and out. So enjoy your Sunday, whatever you do. It's sunny. Get out. If you're hungover, get some water in you, some nutrients in you. Get out, enjoy that sun. Okay, that's what it's all about. If not, enjoy and I'll see you during the week.
See you later, guys. Thank you.
Ugh.